the biggest improvement was we were able to increase our amount of campaigns, our revenue, bring on new employees, which saves me time, which I'm now able to use my time towards more business development, more client calls, more outreach and building relationships with influencers. So, there's been a substantial return on both revenue, but also human capital as well. Today's business, we are a full service digital marketing agency. We've been around for over 10 years now, and we help businesses across a variety of different industries. We actually touch about 30 different industries altogether. And we offer everything like a comprehensive solution to digital marketing, whether you need just a website designed and developed, or you need a website, SEO, social media plan, influencer campaigns, the whole nine. We can handle every bit of your digital campaign. And we're a very data-driven company. So the first thing we do is always make sure that your tracking and analytics are always set up properly before we dive into any campaign, so that we can make sure that at the end of a quarterly strategy, we can make adjustments to that strategy so that it's going to be improved upon going forward. Prior to using MightyScout, managing influencer marketing campaigns, we had a similar style of management. We were using Google Sheets, and we were doing a lot of manual outreach and everything like that. The biggest challenge that we faced was, how do we report on the success of this campaign? And more importantly, how do we get this content to reuse, right? Like, how do we build a case study off of a campaign? And how do we come back to our clients with the content, right? So we had to literally, like the last campaign I did before MightyScout, I remember it was for a company called Butcher Box, and it was for the Super Bowl. And I was literally in Tampa at the Super Bowl on my phone the whole time. So I was spent, hours and hours and hours of time at nights and on the weekends just monitoring these people's accounts. And it was just incredibly inefficient and honestly frustrating. For MightyScout, we were running about probably one campaign every couple months. In terms of just monitoring content, it was like almost a nonstop thing. So I would say on a weekly basis, you could have been spending 6 to 10 hours just monitoring content, trying to download content, depending on how many influencers were in the campaign. But for bigger campaigns, it was a lot of time. In terms of just the monitoring, it's, probably 15 minutes, right? Like, you literally get the list, you upload it, and then MightyScout does all the monitoring for you. So that whole entire process has pretty much been automated. So we were working, we were doing about 1 to 2 campaigns every couple months. And, there'd usually be 30 to 40 influencers in those campaigns. Now we're probably working with around 300 or so influencers at any given time. Now what we're able to do is, we don't have to go and manually build out list of influencers. Like, we don't have to manually put in their followers and try to calculate their engagement rates and all of those types of things. That's just all pulled in automatically from MightyScout. So we've been able to create much better targeting and much better contracts with the influencers because of the data that MightyScout gives to us. And then we're able to do a lot better reporting and a lot better client calls, right? Because we have better strategy, right? Now we could go to our clients and say, hey, the cost per engagement on these influencers were much stronger than some of these other ones we worked with. So we doubled down on these influencers and went and built longer term partnerships with them. We could also say to them, we could show them the content. We can show them how many impressions and how many engagements the campaign has as a whole, how many followers they've grown since the beginning of the campaign. So basically the whole MightyScout dashboard as a whole has just been really helpful for us in terms of our reporting. And it's allowed us to create better relationships with our clients and have them come on and do more campaigns with us. So a big success with MightyScout is one of our clients that just started with us for an influencer campaign actually is one of the first clients to hire us full time for monthly influencer management. Whereas before we were just on a campaign basis. MightyScout is just a simple and effective solution that covers, the core of what you need to run a campaign, but in a cost efficient manner, right? Because not all of our campaigns are, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. A lot of our campaigns are very small budget. So we needed a tool that is, budget friendly, but also gives us the core of what we need,
right?
Tools that we need. Anybody that's in our position, that's working with a lot of influencers that has low cost budgets and really just needs to track content effectively, 100% would recommend MightyScout. I think it just saves you so much time and gives you the ability to report and gives you the ability to use content in other media marketing channels that without your tool, we wouldn't be able to do that. And it would take us so much time, it wouldn't even be worth trying to come up with a system for. So that's really the biggest thing is that aspect of it.